podcast with Jason Anthony. So I went through some of these questions that have been asked. Some are some some are kind of funny, and some I can answer, some I can't. But before we get going, I want to thank our sponsors: Two Georges Marina, Vapor Planet, Emerald Coast Bait and Tackle, Joey the Jeweler, and Task Force Pizza. We appreciate your support. I'm gonna do my best to answer for y'all. Here's one of them. Have you experienced something gross? Pretty sure we've all experienced something gross. It's a matter of which experience you want to talk about. Um, and there's so many. I know there was one time I did a job. I worked cleaning waste management trucks, the back of them, where all the trash goes. You had to spray it down, wash it down. You had to get in there, so it smelled like ass. But somebody had to do it. And sometimes when money's tight, you just do it. You just work. So that's one of them. Funniest movie I have ever seen. I mean, for me, it's pretty easy. It's been that way for a long time. Dumb and Dumber. I could probably quote you 90% of the whole movie. I've seen it 100 times. Um, I don't I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of funny movies. Don't get me wrong, but that's just that's the holy grail of funny movies. I don't think you're going to find a better or funnier duo. Did you have an invisible friend as a youngster? No. Nope. And I encourage my kids to not ever have invisible friends because I do not want to look over my shoulder and feel like there's paranormal shit going on in my house. Name something you stink at doing. There's a lot of things I'm not good at. This is definitely easy. Bowling, I can't bowl. Um, I just I don't under I cannot be consistent. Putt putt, I'm horrible. Golf. Oh, have you ever witnessed a funny drunken mishap? Oh yeah, well, I've witnessed my own funny drunken mishaps, like waking up on the toilet of a Whataburger restroom in Destin. I mean, you know, sleeping in the parking lot, literally on the parking lot, on the asphalt of LA Lounge in Destin. For some reason, it's always in Destin. The worst thing I have ever eaten. So that's super easy for me because to this day, I I will never do it again. And I feel like I was forced as a child because I was supposed to try it, and I tried it, and I just there's just I don't understand people. I don't understand how it's even legal to feed people. But pickles, oh, pickles are absolutely disgusting. The smell, oh my gosh, yeah, pickles. Here's a good one because the first thing I just read it, and the first thing that popped up was this incident with me and a buddy of mine. It says, "Tell me about the worst pickle you've been in and how you solved it." All right, so me and a good buddy of mine, Kyle Hawk, also my neighbor, we've known each other for probably 30 years or more. We used to work for Playground Music Center. We used to sell pianos, but we also delivered them too. And we were it was just me and him. We were delivering an upright piano, and it was a solid white piano, solid white. as white as this piano could be. So anything that happens to this thing, any marks, scratches, ain't no way you're not going to see it. So we strap it down. We load it up in the big old delivery truck. We strap the piano down. No problem. Well, we failed to strap down or secure one other item. So by the time we got to the customer's house, we open the door, we look in the back, and we have a red toolbox, metal toolbox that sat in the back with the piano. Well, that thing slid around and probably hit the piano. It had to be a dozen times because there were red paint marks all over the side of that white piano. And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. Like, how do we explain this to the client? And we're just looking at each other, and don't ask me how and why or what it was doing there, but there was one of those whiteout like paint markers. Yeah, pretty sure you know where this is going. Buddy, we did our best to cover it up. We did so good that we got away with it. We colored it up and everything, wiped it, colored it, wiped it. So, I mean, it's obvious. Like, if you fall on the ground, you land right in front of it, like, oh, wow. There's a lot of whiteout or, white markers on it. So we're just like, all right. He's like, all right, Jay, let's do it. I'm like, all right, Kay, let's do it. We put it on the dolly. You start walking in there, hey, Mr. So-and-so. We get in the house, and he's like, do you guys have any preference or recommendations on where I should put it in the house? Me and Kyle looked at each other. We're like, we're looking. That spot right there would be ideal. I think that's where most customers would put theirs to show it off. We picked the darkest spot in the house where there was very little to no light, and he went with it. Do I feel bad? Not at all. I feel accomplished. I feel that was an amazing hurdle, and we cleared that bad boy. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.